Hello and welcome to, I think this is episode 10. I think we finally made it to 10 episodes of the Blackwater podcast. We've got a really weird lineup this week because Nick decided to, not wake up on time. So they might join later. They might join later. They might not. We will 100% see what happens. So we had our original guest, which we've been planning this for a while, and the person that designed our very cool logo. We
Beautiful
have
logo.
Angel.
Oh,
How have you been?
I go.
Chilling, just working.
And then because we lost the other elderly statesman in Nick, we had to replace them with another. So returning to the podcast, we have Grandpa, aka Doomy.
Get off my lawn.
How have you been, Doomy?
I'm doing quite well. Happy to join you.
That's good.
We're glad to have you.
Yeah, Vitor, get to talk to you for the first time.
Yes, first time.
Oh yeah, you weren't here for the Amorphous one.
No, I missed out on it. But obviously, I'm sure the fellas enjoyed having you more than me. Talking to Grandpa here. Pardon me.
But yeah, so we have a weird one for today, but we hope it works well. Sorry if my voice is a bit croaky. I've been working with sand all day, so my throat is dying. But we've, because we had Angel on, we thought doing something to do with art was probably the best thing. And one of also the funniest segments that I enjoyed listening back to, and I think a lot of people, when I was reading comments and stuff, also enjoyed, was just the segment where we all lost our shit laughing at Immortals album covers. It's more just so funny. So what we decided to do was we're going to talk a little bit about album covers we like, describe them, talk about what, we look for in album covers, stuff like that. And then we're just going to take the piss out of album covers and do a tier list with about 40 shit album covers that I found from lists from places like Metal Hammer, Loudwire, Blabbermouth, those types of ones. Not all of them I think are bad, but this is what the general public, and well, general public is in what Loudwire think are bad. But put them all on a tier list, which I'll explain later when we actually get onto it. And as with the bracket, which again people seem to like, it'll be in the replies to stuff. So if you disagree with us, send us over your tier list, and we'll see what everyone thinks.
They'll probably be wrong, but anyways.
I think ours will be wrong at many points because I think we're going to disagree on some.
Yeah, probably. We'll see.
But Angel, as you're our first guest, do you want to just explain a bit about you, about what what you do, and then talk about maybe what you look for in album covers?
Sure. So my name is Angel. I go by Made by Angel online. I'm a freelance graphic designer. I've been doing it for roughly 7-8 years. So since I've been in middle school. I'm now 22. I'm from the tri-state area, which is New Jersey, PA, New York.
No, New Jersey does not exist. It's just New York. New York Junior.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
No, we don't have a fucking... It's New York Junior, and we all know this.
Oh, shut up. Anyways, one thing I look for in not only album art, but art in general is storytelling. I love an album, or I love art that can tell a story. Mm-hmm. And that's what I always try to replicate in my art as well.
Yep.
Beautiful. And you have.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
will.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I will talk about this more right at the end, but links to Angel stuff will be in the description, and fucking hire them. They designed our album cover very well, and we genuinely
cover. You mean?
Not album cover.
Logo.
No. They designed. They actually designed the Blackwater Park album cover. That was actually them. They designed it when they were like -1 years old, but. No, they designed our logo, and if you were there for the start of the podcast, you know what the original logo looked like.
Yeah, I made the original logo like 5 minutes in Microsoft Paint.
Yeah. So we couldn't have asked for a better one, and yeah.
Thank you.
Links and stuff will all be in the description for everyone's stuff. But Doomy, as your other guest, what do you look for in album covers?
Like Angel said, I want something that tells a story. I also want something that represents the band Especially when we're talking like a long running band. I want artwork that kind of it doesn't have to be similar, but it has to be recognizable as that band's art. So,
I think a good example would kind of be Iron Maiden. You can always recognize that it's them.
Even through some of their chunkier ones.
Yeah.
There might be a Maiden one on the tier list. There probably is.
I think I know which one it's going to be.
I think so. It might be on there. There should
be.
It
better not be.
It should be.
But yeah, I will also say something I think is important is that it represents the album that you're listening to. I think if you look at an album cover, you should. Like when I look at the cover of Tales of the Thousand Lakes by Amorphous, I can hear the album because it sounds like the cover. You know what I mean? When I listen to In the Nightside Eclipse, I think of them. The album cover is completely representative of what the album is, and I think that sometimes when bands don't do that, it doesn't. Even if the album cover is cool, it doesn't feel right sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Vitor and Vitor, you got any other things you liking?
I'll go if you want to go first. You go.
You can start.
It's kind of what you said, Connor, about kind of understanding what the sound is just by looking at the cover. I want to feel something when I look at the cover. It doesn't have to look pretty. Obviously, bonus points if it looks pretty, but it's not the first thing I look for. But it has to make me understand what the sound is like, and I want to feel something when I look at it. I'll give an example of something that is recent. Premise by Grab. I think it's an exceptional album cover, and it gives me the feeling of something isolated, right? There's a child and there's death in front of it, and it's snowy, like it's very dark, but I already understand what the album is before looking at it, right? Another example, Tomarum, Beyond Obsidian, what is it? Beyond Obsidian Euphoria. So it's something grand. It's something. It's fantasy, and I can kind of understand where it's coming from, right? So I mean, Mastodon as well. I can go into any of their album covers.
Mastodon does have really good.
Mastodon,
very good.
I think underrated one is their debut because the debut perfectly
beautiful.
encapsulates the album. It's the darkest album.
It's heavy, right? Like there's a horse and he's like grunting and he's like in pain. There's something coming out of it. Like it's brutal and that's exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
When like you guys know, I love atmospheric black metal. Atmospheric black metal is their albums are very, their album covers are very characteristic, and it's something I like to see as well. Like another issue that I have, and you guys are gonna call me a hater, for this, but Death Haven, for instance, I like Death Haven, okay, but the album covers just do absolutely nothing for me, and maybe that's something that I subconsciously makes me not like them as much, maybe. Because the album covers just doesn't make me feel like it's that sound, Again,
Sunbather looks like a Beach Boys album cover.
Yeah, exactly.
I can understand that.
When I listen to their debut, not their debut, but Sunbather, that's exactly that's exactly what I thought it was. Like my friend showed me this, like he like, you gotta listen to this. I'm like, okay, thought it was poppy when I looked at the cover, and it was not.
I will say, Sunbather, that album cover, I do like it, but I did not expect it to be black metal. Yeah, I did not expect that.
And I personally have an issue with that.
I'm just biased against that cover because one time I was, this is the thing, I don't like an album cover. It's not anything I've got on here, I don't think, but like modern, like brutal death metal where everything has that really weird art style where it looks like almost hyper realistic but like still kind of trying to be cartoony. I don't know how to describe it very well, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
But someone did someone posted that and I was like, hey, this is like the death of modern album covers. They look so shit. And then someone replied being like, oh no, like metal album covers are also shit. And I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying in the slightest.
Yep.
And then they said like fucking Abigail and Painkiller were fucking bad album covers. And then they were like, oh, so what? I was like, so what do you think is a good album cover? And they fucking Sunbathe, and I was like, okay, bro.
Guys.
If you think Abigail's a bad album cover, but fucking Sunbathe, I just.
Yeah, that's a little insane. That's a little insane.
But yeah. Vito, you got anything?
Not really anything that you guys haven't already said. So.
You got any album covers, you?
Well, I guess the one that I could probably bring up where Vitor was talking earlier, where you want to be able to look at the album cover and then get a general feeling of what the album sounds like. And I think a pretty good example of that is an album that we've already talked about a lot on this podcast, but that would be Storm of the Lightsbane by Dissection.
Yeah.
I mean, the album cover is just classic. Even by itself, I think it's one of the best album covers of all time. But like when you look at the album cover and then you listen to the album sounds exactly like you think it would sound, judging by the album cover. Like it perfectly portrays the sound that the album has, and I think that's generally what I want with album covers. Like I want the album cover to, like when I'm listening to an album, like what I'm imagining in my head is going to be the album cover, and I want that to kind of represent the general sound that it has. And if it doesn't do that, then it kind of becomes weird for me. But
yeah. Anyone else got anything they want to add, or album covers they want to mention before we go on to the tier list? Or
I will say, Doomy, go ahead.
I was going to mention two artists in particular that matter a great deal to me. One of them is Travis Smith, who has done most of Opus artwork, including Blackwater Park, some Amorphous artwork, a lot of Catatonia artwork. He can go from the bleak desolation of the cover of Viva Emptiness to the more brutal Sound of Perseverance from Death. He did that album too. So that's an artist that really gets what the musicians are doing, what the band is doing, and represents that perfectly in art on the cover. And then the other one, and we're going to talk about this on the tier list, I bet, is Dave Patchett. He does all the artwork for Cathedral, and he did one Iron Maiden album cover, which is Dance of Death. And he disowns the Dance of Death album cover because that was just like a rough draft that the band loved and put on the album. Yep. But his artwork for Cathedral is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, his artwork for Cathedral is amazing.
That's all I had.
Angel?
All right. Actually, you took one of my artists I wanted to shout out, Travis Smith, because he actually made the Avenged Sevenfold Nightmare album cover, which I think it's my personal favorite album cover of all time, mostly because it's my favorite band and album of all time, but regardless.
Who let him on?
Regardless, that album art is very good. And
I don't really like Avenged that much, but it is a cool album cover.
And I also want to give a shout out to Jared Dines because he actually commissioned me to do a couple of thumbnails for him a couple years ago. So I just wanted to give him a little shout out.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
I also want to give a shout out to Roger Dean, who most people don't know his name, but if you know prog, he did all the Yes album covers, he did loads of the Gentle Giant album covers, he did... If you think prog, if you think those big vinyls with the paintings on them, he did loads of Uriah Heeps. He did all of them, and they're phenomenal. I own so much of his stuff just purely because I love his artwork. And I think prog is one of the genres that does have the best artwork. Like 70s prog, that art is just unbeaten, in my opinion, for a lot of it. I will also say a thing I like about album covers is I don't always like them to be so digital. I like it. I like 80s album covers when they were just people drawing stuff and then kind of just scan that in rather than then digitally altering it. Like, look at Tank's early album covers. Look at stuff like even early Maiden's covers, there's a certain rawness to it. Loads of the underground 80s bands just had this kind of rawness to their album covers that really needed it. I'm not saying that works for every band, I'm not saying that works for every genre, but it does pain me a bit when I look at some modern album covers from like small trad bands and they've tried to make it a bit too modern. I just don't think it fits it. It's kind of like it's kind of like a modern production all the time. I don't think it's always better. But that's just my opinion. And we will get onto that because I know certain people don't like raw, scratchy album covers, but you know.
Everyone has their own personal taste, so.
Yeah, everything is subjective unless you like certain album covers because certain ones are so bad.
I'll just quickly say that Summoning, in my opinion, probably has the best collection of album covers ever made. Like their whole discography. Lord of Heroes Sing Your Fame might just be my favorite album cover ever. Like,
yeah, they're another band that I think like perfectly encompass the sound they're going to like.
They couldn't
go
do
with
it. They could not do it.
Because like Summoning, they're obviously a black metal band that takes influence from J.R.R. Tolkien's work. All their music is based on that, on the Lord of the Rings and stuff like that. And so in their album art, like for example, their 1995 album Minas Morgul, the album art is obviously meant to be Minas Morgul from Lord of the Rings, the actual physical place. And I think a lot of their album covers are kind of like that, where they're trying to portray something in Middle Earth. And I think black metal and like the Lord of the Rings and Tolkien, I think is a really, really good combo. And I think especially in their album art, they show that because it perfectly gives off the vibe of that kind of like lo-fi fantasy style black metal. And then the album art really complements that. And then, the album art also feels like it could be like an actual art piece in like, Lord of the Rings book with pictures in it, for example, because sometimes when you buy books it'll have like illustrations and stuff in it. Like a lot of the things on these album covers feel like they can be an actual illustration from a Lord of the Rings book. So I think they did everything really well.
Yeah, before I'll wrap it up before we all, because this section can go on forever. We might do another episode at some point on just album covers we like. But I'd also say probably my favorite album cover of all time. And it's a weird one because it never jumped out to me until recently as like one of my absolute favorites. But Execution Guaranteed by Rage is just so cool to me. Power metal is another genre I think for the most part has good album covers. It has some comically shit ones as you go to the 2000s. But the 90s stuff especially Blind Guardians, again, Tolkien influenced a lot of their work, so you've got these just beautiful paintings. You've got Halloween's album covers for the most part are really good, but Execution Guaranteed by Rage, if you've not seen the cover, it's a skeleton wearing a red, dressed up like a 20s gangster with a Tommy gun who's just shot someone, and the bullets are spelling out the letters of the title. And then a hand's cool. Dripping down from the back, and it's to the backdrop of orange, which is really weird. And it has their original logo, which is their coolest one because it's the logo trying to break apart as chains are keeping it together, which is just awesome. It's one of my favorite album covers of all time. But enough positivity. Time for fucking hatred.
Oh yeah, baby.
Time for everyone to start laughing. So, as I have said before, these are not all covers I think are personally bad. These are album covers I got from lists such as Metal Hammer, such as Loudwire, such as just ones I generally see being shit on that I thought would be interesting to discuss. / we might just look at some of them and go, they're shit. We might just look at some of them and go, that's actually just really good. The tier list will be in the replies, so I join in as we do it so you can sort of see them. But yeah, so without further ado, to start off, we're going to start off with a classic. Battles in the North by Immortal. I don't know what the hell they thought they were doing with this cover.
Neither do I.
I love the fact the background is just white, despite the fact they're
Yeah,
outside.
pure white.
Despite the fact they could probably have found some trees or something to take a picture behind, which just would have made it cooler. Despite the fact they're dressed like they're going on stage. Despite the fact they are.
The photo might actually no, the photo can't be overexposed because they're in it. Huh? That is weird.
I will say,
That's.
I think. Oh, by the way, before we start, I forgot to describe what the tiers are. The tiers are actually good, so covers we just think are good. Does the job. It's not great, but we don't see why it's seen as bad. So bad it's good, where I think this one's going, which is it's so bad it's funny. Like it's not just boring bad, it's funny. And then actually awful is just a shit album cover that there's no redeeming factors, basically. And the only thing I would say is genuinely redeeming, not funny redeeming, is this does have the old Immortal logo, which is
Yes,
really
I will
cool.
say that logo is sick.
It's a damn shame you can't see it on the album cover because
It's damn true.
It's also funny how they've obviously not positioned it properly because their guitars are going into the back of it. It's just it's overlaid over them, whereas it should be like their picture should be
so
smaller.
bad. It's so bad.
All right, so where are we putting it? Where is
So
it?
bad it's good.
So bad it's good.
So bad it's good.
There we go.
100%.
Okay. Next one. This is by a legacy punk band that are trying to replicate their old stuff. This is What the by Black Flag.
Oh no.
No.
It's just straight up bad.
I just think this is bad.
Yeah, straight up. There's nothing redeeming about this.
It's straight up bad.
If you know the old Black Flag album covers, they have this certain style, and you can tell this isn't the original artist because he's tried to. They've obviously hired someone to replicate it, but yeah, this is definitely going in actually awful.
Yeah, actually awful.
Yep. I promise there are some good ones here. Next, we have one of some comebacks from a 70s shock rocker. We have "Raise Your Fist and Yell" by Alice Cooper.
What the fuck?
Where they've just made his face into the hand. I also like the fact that sorry quickly. I also like the fact that for the title, the first three ones are in like a bold print, and then the next two are in this like speed metal font. They're like this is and Yell is in a font that's used by 80s underground artists, but they only use it for this.
I was gonna mention that, and then also the Alice Cooper logo. It looks like they're two different things. You know what I mean? Like it looks like they're from two different logos. The art style of this I like, but this as a cover I don't like. I mean, ew. I don't like this.
He is raising his fist and yelling. The only difference is he is the fist.
Yes.
I don't hate it, to be honest. I just think it's funny.
It's funny. It's shockingly funny. So I'll give it a so bad it's good. I'll give it to that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Doomy, do you agree?
Yeah, I might have even put it up in the does the job because it is literally.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm somewhat with him because like if you saw that in a record,
looks horrid.
Yeah.
The art style, like it's actually a well drawn art. Like, it's really well drawn.
Exactly what I'm saying. Like it's well done.
Someone spent so much time on this.
A lot of time.
I will also say I do like the fact that the Alice Cooper logo at the bottom part does have the eyes as the O's. Like his eyes with the makeup are the O's. Let's take a vote. Who's saying it's so bad it's good?
Me.
Vitor?
Damn, I'm the only one.
So bad it's good or does the job?
I'd say
I would put it actually awful, but if you guys want to put in does the job, I'm not gonna say no.
So we have one in actually awful, one for does the job,
listen,
one for so bad it's good.
Let me explain myself.
Yep.
The art is good. It's well done. The concept is what pisses me off.
Yes.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Pisses me off.
I 100% agree, but in my opinion, the art style kind of outweighs that a little bit because it is very well done.
I might be a little bit unreasonable. I probably put in so bad it's good because the concept is good, but the art is good.
Vitor, you're going so bad it's good?
Yeah, I think so bad it's good as a good spot.
I wouldn't have minded it and does the job, but I get it.
I think, it averages out.
All right, this
Yep.
album, I've never heard of this album. This is one I just found and thought this is a funny album cover. This is Victory or Death by Fire Axe, I think is the name. This is just shit. This is just shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it digital or is it? It looks digital, right?
It's both.
Wait, look at these fingers. Look at the fingers on the left hand.
I don't. There's so many things wrong with this.
Why is the logo the same color as
That's exactly what I was trying to get at. No, it's actually awful.
Also, I love how the crowd in the back of the Coliseum look like they look like the dudes from like what's it called? Yeah, Wii Sports.
Yeah.
The thing is, alright, it's obviously supposed to be in like a Colosseum. He's supposed to be like a medieval Roman guy. Yeah. But these are like digital sports fans. Like these are like And also that the fucking title font is something else.
Yeah.
This is so bad it's good. It's so bad it's good.
No, I think it's actually awful.
I think it's actually
awful. The guy's face by himself wins it. Just the face.
I will say the face is really well done, and then the rest of the cover is just shit.
But what is he doing? Why is he looks stoned out of his mind?
He does look stoned as fuck.
Bro, victory or death. He just achieved victory, of course.
All right, so we got
tossing them weed instead of coins.
All right, so where are we going? Are we going so bad it's good, or are we going actually awful?
Actually awful.
Actually awful.
So bad it's good.
Bitter?
Hugo?
Yeah, I think actually awful.
Okay. Sorry, Vitor. I wouldn't. All right, this is now. All right, this is the first of album covers. I don't understand why it was on here. Okay, I just think this is a good album cover. This is Under the Influence by Overkill. I don't get why this was on here.
Wait, this is peak, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think it was Loudwire.
The one thing I would change personally, and this is just a personal taste thing, is the font for the title at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's just one thing I would change, but overall, I like this.
Yeah, it's a good album cover.
It's good. It's very good.
And also, I know it doesn't really match the Under the Influence, but there is a song on here called "Hello from the Gutter," so it does fit.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Do you like this album cover or not? Because I have a feeling you don't.
It's not one of their best, but I see nothing wrong with it. It does a good job. I believe this album was initially supposed to be called "Hello from the Gutter," and that's why that's the art for it.
And then they had to change it last minute or something.
This was genuinely what I saw, and I was like, I don't understand why this is.
Yeah, I don't understand either why.
It was probably Loudwire being posers again, but
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's actually good.
I think actually good. I think
good.
compared to other stuff on this tier list, it's actually good. There is going to be not too many actually good, unfortunately. This one is an album cover that was hated more in the past. I don't see it brought up as much anymore, but this is Balls to the Wall by Accept. For
is he holding a microphone or a testicle?
It's a ball. It's a ball because balls to the wall.
Literally a ball.
Just for context, because I'm not sure everyone here has heard this album. It's a very good album. I love this album. A lot of the lyrics have very homoerotic subtext because the band were German, and I think one of the wives either helped them write it or translated it directly for them. So half of the lyrics are just about men. which the band didn't care about, but in the 80s, of course, caused like all kinds of uproar with. And this album cover definitely did not help the whole.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, I'm indifferent about it. I will say I don't like how dark the Accept logo. Yeah,
especially
don't like that.
For such a cool logo, it should be like bright white against the black.
Yeah.
For ages, I thought this was a Judas Priest album cover. I can't lie.
Honestly, yes. Yeah, when I first saw this album cover ever, I was like, "Is this not Judas Priest?" Like,
but to be honest, I don't think it's too bad.
It's not bad, but again, I'm indifferent.
I'd go does the job personally.
Yeah,
sure, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Jamie?
It's fine. Does the job.
Yeah, I get why some people.
It's lazy. I just think it's so lazy.
It is lazy, but yeah,
It strikes me as they ran out of time at the end and were like, oh shit, like.
All right, whose
Okay.
area leg wants to be on the album cover?
I think it's a model. I don't think it's one of them. I don't think so. They were all too ugly to be on the fucking album cover. Do they ever put them on the album? I think they do, but they're all dressed up in like Russian costumes. And one of them. This is. I think this is going to be directly. I'm going to post this, and we're all going to say exactly where we think it goes. This is Edema and Topple the Giants. For the audio listeners, I can't do this justice, but this is just a green screened giant. But it's not a giant, it's just a man they've like supersized. It's fucking Doomy on the front. And then you've got a guy like hanging from his hand, but he's obviously like just behind him. And then we got two guys hitting him with stuff.
Oh my god, this
you guys are gonna have to look this one up because you're an audio listener.
Yeah,
this is great.
I think if I go so bad it's good. I think we're all going to agree with it going there.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Here's what the problem is. It was released in 2013.
What?
Wait, 2013? I thought this was like 2003. Like.
Yeah, what? 2013?
Vitor's Microsoft Paint Blackwater Park logo took more time than this.
No, it was me, by the way.
Oh, sorry. My bad, Hugo.
I wonder if it's fucking. Who is the guy they got to play the giant? And they were like, oh yeah, just.
I have no clue.
It's the guy. Their logo is also just shit as well. Like,
that's not. Yeah, that's not good.
Just take a band picture. Like, this is the guy hanging from the fucking arm. It's the fact his hands are so obviously just behind the guy. Like they're not even around him.
I can hear this album. This thing. I know exactly what this album sounds like. Just looking at it, like.
All right. This one, Doomy, you're not allowed to say your opinion on the band. Unfortunately, you have to stay quiet about that. Okay. But this is a band that generally have very good album covers. This is not one of them. This is Till Death Do Us Unite by Sodom. If you couldn't tell, this was released during the 90s because just look at it. I don't know what I'm looking at.
I don't know what to say.
I mean, the logo's there. The logo's cool. But...
Sure. But it does
absolutely nothing. This is actually awful. Put this shit down, man.
It does absolutely nothing.
I mean, they would redo it, to a better. I don't think the redone one is a great album cover, but it looks like a Sodom album cover, which Let me try and find it quickly.
They have so many good album covers. Like this is shit.
Literally, all of their album covers are good, apart from
this is
the redone one. Which I think is good.
That's actually good.
It's not great. It's obviously rushed because they probably got the original band from fucking stores. But yeah, I think that's just actually awful. It's not even funny.
Yeah, that's actually awful.
Everyone agreeing?
Yeah.
I think there's a case for it being so bad it's good, but
no, it's actually
it's just going on awful.
All right. I love this album, but the album cover is pretty shit. But I love it. It's shit in a great way. This is Narita by Riot.
What the fuck? This is a fever dream.
This is actually good. By the way, the first three Riot albums I think are the ones with the proper Riot seal on it. This is the worst. People point out the first one. I think the first one is bad, but it's fine. This one is just.
It's just a font. I'm pretty sure I have this font.
The thing is, all right. The thing is, you take away the seal, it's not bad. Like, it's not great, but it's not bad. But then they've it's like a sumo wrestler that they've turned pink. Like his body skin has obviously been like altered, and then they just added a seal head to it.
Yeah, I
Listen,
don't like
I'll
it.
tell you, this album cover does the job because of two factors. Okay, the
Mhm.
burning building in the back
Yeah.
and the mountain even further.
And also the skulls at the bottom look pretty
No,
cool.
this is a phenomenal album cover. This
This
does the
is-
job.
I
Does the job.
cannot tell if you're being sarcastic or
I am not.
not.
This is beautiful.
I do not like this
Yeah, but
because
the thing is
of the
like
reasons that he said. Like, it makes no sense to me.
yeah, but you know when I was in Moscow Rock, people did have masks that were just the seal head. Like these album
What?
covers are like people love this album cover. I think it's not great, but it's
No, I
weird,
think it's
sure.
great.
But
I straight up think
I
it's
think
great.
it's so bad it's good.
I'm making a case for does the job. I think Vitor is also doing it.
Oh, it does the job.
I'll go with
Yeah, well,
does the job as well.
I think,
Yay!
God,
That's the
God
joke.
I
damn
think the
it.
kind of thing with this album is that it looks so weird and stupid, and that's what makes it good. And that's why I want to put it so bad it's good.
Yeah,
But I also
I can
just
see that. I just don't like it.
I'll be honest. If I saw that at a record shop, I would pay attention to it. I wouldn't ignore it because look at it.
Oh yeah, it definitely stands out, but I'm not. I'm not taking a further look at it.
All right, here we go for the second one of the legendary bad album cover band, Damned in Black by
Oh
Immortal.
my god!
I'm not sure
I
if this is
I
better
actually
or
don't know where
worse.
to put it.
than-
I actually don't know where to put it. It's
I
it's definitely worse. It's definitely worse.
I can't look at the guy on the right without thinking he's just pissed himself and is trying to. He does the and also
Mom.
and
Mom,
then guy on the left is definitely just shit himself. Like he's just trying to fucking
Mom, I shit myself.
everything about it. Like, is this meant to be fire in the background? I guess it
It's
is.
smoke. I think it's supposed to be smoke.
Then like
Is
the
it supposed to be smoke?
then it's got like the bad Immortal. It's not bad, but it's got the boring Immortal album
You
cover.
can't even see
As
it.
again,
That layer style is fucking horrible.
they're just the fucking
Ugh.
title at the bottom is also
Is that fucking signature in the bottom right?
yeah. Someone was so proud of this they wanted to sign it.
That's unbelievable. Wait, go back.
Oh
I
my
never noticed
god!
that. I never noticed.
Oh my god! I don't tell me that made it on the official CDs.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh my fucking god!
By the way, I could have filled this list with like 5 Immortal album covers because every single one where they have the band on the cover, apart from the first album, is just so bad. Blizzard
Yeah, it's so bad
Beats
it's
was
good.
nearly on this. Blizzard Beats was nearly on this, which has them like posing behind ice sheets. It's like
It's so bad it's
All right,
good.
I think it's actually awful.
I arguably think it is actually awful. I like
I do understand the case for so bad it's good, but I just think it's
Yeah, I
actually
think it
awful.
deserves
it's,
that to
it's,
be
it's
awful.
pretty horrid. I'm not gonna fight it. It's
like
pretty-
I look at Battles in the North and I'm like that's bad, but like I get why they thought this looked cool.
Right, yeah, like comparing it
Like,
to the
if-
other so bad it's good, it's like, nah, it doesn't deserve to be up
Like,
there.
If you change some parts about that the Battles in the North cover, like you just add like if they just took it in front of trees, it would look perfectly fine. It's the fact
Right.
it's just a white background that just makes everything else
Exactly.
look so funny. This album cover is just like
You,
what were you thinking?
there's nothing redeeming. You need a whole new album cover.
Yeah. You in agreement?
Yeah, absolutely. That besides the Trapped in Ice album cover, this is their worst. So
Yeah. I don't think I included the other one because I thought 2 Immortal album covers was too much, but as I said, I could have filled this out with like 4 bands that just consistently have bad ones. Speaking of bands that have bad ones, and
Oh
this
no.
is I love this album. Again, a lot of these are albums I love. Love Drive by Scorpions. This is a famously bad one.
What? Okay.
Do you get the joke though? Like the joke's funny because
Yeah.
she's got boobs
Yeah.
but chewing gum.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's nothing. It's just not funny. It's just
No, it's not.
like I don't.
it doesn't do anything.
I don't get
it.
it.
Really doesn't.
To be fair, Scorpions are another band where I could have put like 50 of them. I could have put all their album covers and
Yeah,
most
honestly.
would- I think this did get censored in America or some countries because, well, look
Wouldn't
at
be
it.
surprised.
To a much fucking cooler one because Scorpions apparently do their best stuff when they have to censor it and not. Yeah, well, sometimes they do. I mean, the Virgin Killer censored one is far better than the original, but that's not saying anything. But yeah, let me try and find the. But yeah, the censored version I actually think is just far better, which is this one.
Yeah,
I think
it's
so.
better, but it's a nothing. It's a nothing album
Yeah.
cover.
You can tell they
it's,
rushed
it's,
it out.
It's still a nothing.
I would say what I like about the other album cover is that she looks pretty dead inside. You know,
There's nothing
she
behind
wants
those
not.
eyes.
She wants
there
nothing.
is.
She
has
nothing.
no soul.
Both of them look dead.
No
Even
attachment.
he's just like.
Yeah.
They should be
Yeah,
putting like wacky expressions, but no, he's just bored. He's falling asleep, and like she's
yeah. They should have given him a better expression to make it work what they want to do.
like
it could have been better.
it's just. Jamie, this is actually awful.
I think
it's not even funny. I'm
You
not
think
sure
it's actually awful.
I'm not
I think
sure.
so.
I
I
don't think
think
it's
so.
actually awful. I don't think it's actually awful. I think it's. But here's the thing, it's not actually awful. I think it does the job. But like this is it's weird for me because I don't think it's bad. But I don't think it's good. I don't know
I think I forgot to add it.
It does the job, but it's actually awful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh shit. I forgot to add it. Oh no, I didn't.
Well.
It's here. So where are we going? Actually awful?
Actually awful.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Because it's not even that funny. Like at the end of the day, it's not.
Yeah, it really isn't.
I might need to stop putting my fan on because it's so hot in the UK at the moment, and it's actually hot. It's not like.
Oh, it's about to be hot as shit in my area, PA.
We've had this band before. I think this one's worse than the last one by far. This is Accept's self-titled debut.
Oh no!
Which
wait,
this is just shit.
It's just
Why
straight
is
up
the
bad.
chainsaw so long?
Is this
straight up bad?
Like I don't mind the Accept.
The logo is so cool. The logo is so cool, but
like the cat and stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the logo.
Other than that.
Is this fog is definitely like superimposed, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm pretty sure I have that asset.
But it's just, it's just shit. There's nothing really more to say, unless anyone else has a different opinion on it.
Why is she on a rooftop or like on a sidewalk?
It just makes no sense. It's just
it genuinely makes no sense.
If you saw that album cover in the racks in like '78, you would just skip right past it and not bother to check.
I would skip right past it anytime I saw it.
This album cover I think's really bad, mainly because it doesn't fit the band in the slightest. This is Night on Brocken by Fate's Warning. A band that would it's not actually good. A band that would go on to have amazing album covers.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. So what genre do they make? Because I actually like this.
Mid-80s power / prog metal.
Yeah, it's power prog.
I can see it.
I just don't get.
I think it's good.
I don't get.
I think it's good. It reminds me of like a children's illustration book, kind of.
Yeah.
Like a story.
It does look like a child drew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't the biggest fucking.
It's not. Okay. Well, I don't mean in it that way, but like
I will say compared to
it has that vibe.
Yeah, compared to other album covers we've had on this, I don't think it's as bad, but I still don't think it's.
I
don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I will just say for those most people do know their other album covers, but stuff like this is their other album covers, which I think is far better.
Shit. Holy shit! Yeah.
Genuinely, some of my favorite art of the '80s is their covers, which I think
look
when
for
this is
Disconnected.
the debut.
Look for Disconnected.
I will. But
Disconnected is one of my favorite album covers ever.
I don't get why you think this is one of the best album covers ever, to be completely honest. But like, I wouldn't be shocked if we put
Wait,
this
not talking about this one. I'm talking about Disconnected.
that one.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Fair. I just think
it's a
other one's
cool
better.
photo, but
I know it's perfect for the album. If you listen to it, you're like, yeah, it's perfect.
fair.
But for now, I think Does the Job would fit.
The job. I'm cool with that.
Doomy?
I think this is a stereotypical Does the Job. It's their first album. They're like 21 or whatever, and they're just trying to get out an album.
Probably didn't have any money.
Offensive or wrong about it.
I just don't get what's going on. There's like a woman that's like passed out. There's like two little men laughing. There's another woman like looking onto the city.
It's like a cat thing.
Yeah, two cat things. There's a wizard with a torch. I just don't get. I don't get the concept personally, but
I don't get the concept, but I like the art.
Who's ready for another quick one where I think we're all going to know exactly where this goes?
Sure, let's do it.
Exactly.
Death Falls by Razor.
Oh my! What? What?
Again, another band that normally have really cool album covers. I don't know what the hell was going on here.
That is straight up. If they removed that man just the blowing up building, it's like it's whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. But
it's the fact he's like fading away. It's like,
no.
Yeah, he's like half translucent.
Well, why?
They straight up said 30% transparency on that shit.
If it was
they just randomly they just randomly pulled down the opacity for no reason.
Yep.
Is that like a famous building blowing up, or is it? Am I just being like?
I want to say
it says
looks
hotel
like,
at the top.
It does. Yeah. I want to say New York, but that could just
New
be
York, but it could be some other like big American city too.
But yeah, I think just actually awful. I think there's
actually awful.
Maybe so bad it's good because it is funny, but like
I don't even think it's funny.
I don't think it's funny either, man. It just pisses me off. If anything, it just pisses me off.
And that's what I find funny about it.
Yeah. This is one I found. I'm not sure where I want to put this still, because part of me doesn't mind this album cover. Part of me fucking hates it because it's really boring. This is Suicide Silence, self-titled, I think. I'm not a fan of the band, so...
Yeah, it is self-titled.
It's just so boring. Like, it's just...
Yeah, I mean, it does the job.
It's a job, man. It's a debut.
I do...
It's a picture of them.
I do like the layer style that they have on the text. I do like that. I do like how it fucking blends with the photo very well. It does the job, but I do agree it is very, very boring.
Like, if I saw this somewhere and someone was like, go listen to it, I just would ignore it because it just looks so bland.
Not to mention the fucking memes that came from this album.
I don't know the memes that come from it. So.
Oh god! When you get a chance, look up Teehee. It's
but
so funny.
I do think this is just does the job. It
does the job.
Basically, this is the Damned in Black idea, but executed better.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
It's done with an actual picture of the band rather than...
Right.
This is one I think we're going to have disagreements on. I've never heard this album, but the cover makes me want to listen to it. This is Battle at Helm's Deep by Attacker.
Nah.
I like this.
Good. This is actually
good.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is
plus, there's also a Tolkien reference.
Yeah, totally not biased for the name as well, for sure.
But this is like a 70s like British cartoon adaptation.
I was going to say, this looks like something I would see in a comic book or something.
I am a little bit.
I swear to God, I
confused
have
on
seen this in
who
the
the guy
70s
with
comic book.
I am very confused at.
I wouldn't be shocked if they just
the axe is who that is supposed to be, because there's nobody in Helm's Deep who was at that battle who looks like that.
Like, yeah, I'll be honest. They probably just stolen this from some sort of like Tolkien children's.
Oh no, they're totally good. That has nothing to do with it.
I'm just confused.
It's totally good.
Because there's no.
But like
that guy with the axe, he doesn't fit any Tolkien character.
No, that's not a Tolkien character. Nor is a dragon.
Yeah, I think that I'm guessing the dragon thing is supposed to be an orc.
Maybe.
I have no idea what this is a reference to.
I don't care.
So.
I don't care
Well,
what it is. It just looks
well,
cool.
Battle at Helm's
It
Deep.
looks cool.
It's
I think that's all that cares.
I'll give it a pass. It's Tolkien. I'm biased. I'm giving it a pass.
I think
I
actually
think
good. I think.
yeah, I
My-
think actually good.
Yeah.
What I will say though is, my guess is that the actual drawing isn't from a Tolkien thing. They just took a random fantasy drawing and then they just slapped the Tolkien
Yeah.
name on it, or the
That's
Tolkien
what,
reference
yeah,
name on it.
that's what I imagine they did.
Because there's no guy in like any of the Tolkien books who's like a shirtless buff guy with an axe,
Yeah.
with only like a loincloth.
Doomy, were you gonna say something?
The only thing that really is, to me, the album cover is good. The band logo
It's
is
shit.
absolutely atrocious.
Oh yeah, that band logo is atrocious.
Yeah.
but
Especially at the time when like trad bands would all have really cool
Logo's not
albums.
good.
I do think the rest of the art overweighs it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Especially-
It's good.
And especially compared to other ones we are going to be talking about. Speaking of, Up the Crack by Boned.
No,
What the
nope.
fuck?
Just get that off the damn screen.
Nah, put that out. Put that away, bro.
Uh,
Put that away.
Oh,
I could describe this to people at home. This is just a guy with his fly down with a guitar head coming out of it where his dick should be.
Gibson better fucking sue them.
And the album could be, by the way,
I think I'm
the
sure they
Boned-
did.
The Boned thing is just the AC/DC logo. Right?
Yeah.
It's just the same font. Like, the exact. It's not even like.
I think this is just a parody on Back in Black. I really do think it is.
But where are we putting it? I think it's so bad it's good. I think it's the
It's so bad,
definition.
yeah, so bad it's good. That is fucking
It's the
hilarious.
definition of funny bad.
That is fucking hilarious.
Speaking of funny bad, I'll be shocked if I don't learn this band got a lawsuit for this. This is a song, an album called "Stronger Than Ever" by Digger,
Oh,
which is just cyborg Donald Duck.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah, this slaps, bro. I would buy a
it
shirt, bro. I
slaps.
would buy a shirt,
This
bro.
goes
I would buy a
hard.
shirt, bro.
Yeah,
nah.
this is a good album cover.
We'll say the title font could be
I
better.
don't like how slanted the logo is. I
It
feel
looks
like if
it's
it was just
squished as well.
yeah, I feel like if it was just horizontal, it would have been a lot better. But I can
I
ignore
don't think
that.
I don't think it's amazing or anything, but I think it's
Dude.
fun.
I
I
think
don't
it
even
slaps.
give a shit. Look, this guy's mewing at me,
Honestly-
bro. This guy's
honestly,
mewing.
This is kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. This
Yeah.
is peak male performance right here.
I know. It's definitely actually good. Like compared to
It's
the other
actually-
stuff.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah, it's actually good.
It's actually good.
Doomy, are you hating us right now, or are you agreeing?
No, I absolutely agree. This is that is fine artwork. That
Is it
there's
not?
intricacy and
Let's
detail that
go.
They
That-
must have got sued out of their ass by Disney though. Like that is just Donald Duck. There's no like.
I
The
feel
fucking-
like they could make a case for it, but yeah, they definitely got sued.
they can make
better.
a case for it up until the hat. The hat is
Yes.
so Donald Duck.
Yes.
Dude, this is
Uh,
so peak, bro.
And
It is
I've never heard to it. I never heard it, so I
I'm
don't know.
definitely
Neither
gonna
have I.
listen to it.
Fine.
All right. This is a obvious bad album cover. Everyone hates except for me. This is Born Again by Black Sabbath. I like it.
I like it. It's actually good. I like
It's
it.
actually good.
It's actually good. I like it.
Yeah, I think I would put in Does the Job.
I put in does the job. I
It
don't
does
think
the, yeah, it does the job. I'm
I don't get the
indifferent
fucking.
about it.
I don't get the fact that apparently Ian Gillan saw this and wanted to throw up when he saw it, like for the first time.
Okay, I don't think it's that bad.
I just also find it funny that this is also shared. The baby itself is on the first ever Depeche Mode single. Like it's from a medical book,
No way.
but it's just a
I
normal
do-
baby. It's just not.
What I will say though is the actual music in this album is horrible.
No, it's
No,
good.
you
All
need
right,
to shut
bro.
the hell up.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dewey.
yeah. Thank you.
This album is shit. It's
I
fucking
think
garbage
it's
album.
mostly just the color scheme that's throwing me off more than anything. Because the yellow stands out too much. The purple background makes no sense.
Yeah, I think
The
I
color,
think
the
there is
color
a
of the
version.
text. Yeah, it's just the colors for me.
It feels rushed, but it's not bad. I don't get why people hate it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should go and does
It
the job.
does the job.
Does the
yeah.
job.
The music though is horrible.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
This is
kick this guy out.
This one's just personally just shit. This is Master of Light by Freedom Cool. This is just shit.
Yeah.
It's just bad. Like it's just badly drawn. This is, by the way, this is like 2010s. This isn't like 80s before people.
Yeah,
The
could do
thing
that.
is
I
like,
don't
2016.
I don't know.
the thing is like for this art style, I don't see it more as album art. If for this art style, I'll see it more as a cartoon. Like if this was for like something like a show like Death Clock or something, I would fuck with it.
It does look like it's it does look like it's kind of inspired by Death Clock.
It does, but for the album cover aspect, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
I don't think
I don't like that. I don't like the logo. I don't like how the title is. So I know it's
Nah, but
supposed
look,
to be
he's got the
tattooed.
he's got the
but it's
Freedom
not
Cool thing
blended
burned
well.
into his skull. Look, the Freedom Cool logo is burned into. I don't know where to put this because it's not really. Does it do the job? Kinda. But it's not really so bad. It's good.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
either-
that's the most fitting.
It's either actually awful or does the job. I think. 'Cause it's
I
not
would
so
put it
bad.
in- I would
does
put
the
it in
job.
actually awful personally.
So yeah, one for each.
Do me?
Yeah, I
That's-
put in actually awful. It has a very Giga Chad alt right.
Which is funny because the
toxic
band
masculinity to it.
the band aren't that in the slightest. I know that for sure. They're just power metal, like cheesy. But it doesn't. Yeah, it. I'd say actually awful as well.
Okay,
Vitor?
that's fair. That's fair.
Vitor's gonna go actually good because he thinks it's Giga Chad energy.
Listen, I think it's bad. You can put in actually awful, but if I'm in a record store, right, and I feel like listening to some part and I'll at least sit down to listen to it. It would at least, get my foot in the door, because I think his
Yeah.
eye looks cool, and that's it.
That's
Okay.
fair.
This is one that I can.
And I like the logo.
A spoiler: it was put in by a British thing because it's made by a Yank. It's a British magazine put this one in their list because the Yanks got the flag wrong. This is "Hail to England" by Manowar, a fantastic album from a fantastic
actually
band that never made any bad thing. The only issue is this is not the English flag. For those who aren't aware, this is the Union Jack, which is for all of the UK, not the English flag. Despite the fact the album is called "Hail to England," so it's not "Hail to the UK." This would be like going, oh yeah, "Hail to Florida," but then put the entire US flag. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. But the rest of it, I don't mind. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
To be fair, the Union Jack does contain the St. George's Cross in it, so.
Yeah, but it also doesn't say "Hail to Scotland." But that would be cooler. But I will say the logo would get better. I do like the Manowar logo. I think it's kind of shit in this era.
It's a
but
little
it does-
big on this album cover.
I will say my only issue with the album cover is just very busy. Like I don't really know where.
Yeah,
to look.
I don't like. I think that's the thing that's throwing me off the most is how busy it is, and not enough is going on the right side. Like, why is everything squeezed to the left?
Yeah.
It's throwing me off. I feel like if it was evenly spaced out and not as cluttered, it would have been better. But
Hugo's gonna put this in actually
You
awful
guys-
just because he doesn't
you
like the
guys-
band.
You guys are overthinking this. His
No.
belt alone is actually good. Just his belt alone.
Yeah.
Yep. His belt alone puts us in actually good.
I'll
I'd
put it in
say
actually good, but I'll never stop making fun of you for liking the spin. Connor.
it's a good album. This is one of the genuinely good. Does it have any?
No,
this one
it's
doesn't
not a
have
good
bad song.
album.
This one does have one bad song.
I would say does the job personally.
Do you mean?
I haven't does the job. It's fine. There's just problems with it.
I'm gonna. Where do I put it? No, Manowar's the greatest band of all time. So they're actually.
No,
Shut the
fucking
fuck
horrible.
up.
Yeah.
Never done no wrong.
Horrible band.
Other bands play Manowar kills. Hell yeah.
Shit of war.
Shut up. They're a good band. All right.
No,
They're
they're
just
Oh my god! I just saw the most atrocious thing in the list.
Oh no.
Oh my god! The most atrocious
Don't,
word.
We'll get
don't
to
say
it.
anything. We'll get to it.
I don't know. I think this is just Kane Roberts.
What?
I don't know what the hell this album's called. For those who don't know, he played with Alice Cooper in like the 80s. I think he was some sort of relative to Sylvester Stallone or just looked like him. I don't know what the hell's going on here. He's got
This
a
is
guitar
just
that's a gun, I think. That's what it's supposed to be.
the concept is cool, but this is just actually awful.
Yeah. The
Like,
idea
this
behind
looks
it
like-
is totally fine. It is
Yeah.
just the crap of the spotlight
Execution.
is looking weird. I don't know
The
what
logo
the hell's going on
Execution
with
is
the
terrible. This looks like it should be a Call of Duty mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand what that like flying thing is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be a
Well,
helicopter?
this.
Or is it a
Yeah.
helicopter? Yeah, I couldn't
It's
even
a
tell.
helicopter.
Yeah, it's a helicopter.
I think this is just Kane Roberts self-titled. I don't know what. Just search up Kane
I
Roberts.
do
you'll know what
also
we're talking
like. When was this released? Like in the 80s or 70s or
80s,
some
like
shit?
late
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
I feel like if I know they probably didn't care about lighting back then. I mean, obviously they didn't too much, but I feel like if a modern artist were to touch this up and just put highlights and shadows on him, it would actually look halfway decent.
I don't think it's awful, to be completely honest. I think
It's not awful, but
it is.
I would say so bad it's good.
Yeah, I would as well, personally.
So bad.
I'm
it's
not
good.
sure because it's not really funny bad. It's just kind of shit.
It has potential. That's the thing. It has potential.
All right, let's do a vote. So we got two. So
His face is just.
I'm putting in so bad it's good because I think it's funny because the fucking
Okay.
gun, because the rifle guitar.
It's so bad it's good. It's so bad it's good, but like it's so close to being awful. It's so close.
Yeah,
to
I won't lie. It is
So
really
close.
close to being awful, but
I think the rifle guitar saves it for me.
yeah,
I could see this actually being good if an artist retouched it up.
yeah. Yeah, making their second appearance. I'm a bit. I love this album, so that's why I own it on vinyl. But I do own it on vinyl despite the fact it has this is the album cover, Animal Magnetism by Scorpions.
Okay.
Do you
I
get
forgot
it?
about this cover.
Because you see, Scorpions are really funny. You know, the last one they have the bubble gum. This one you see it's Animal Mansion, and see she's gonna suck him off, but the dog's also there. And by the way, the back cover of this is the same picture, but the dog's just been moved in front. So it.
No.
Let me try and find it. It's not.
Good.
It's not. Actually, I'm not putting this. I will not put this now. Actually,
There's no
Yeah,
way they just flipped it. No way.
By the way, just as a heads up, I'm pretty sure this one also got banned because it's Scorpions. Yeah, this is the back cover. It's just the same picture. It's just
That poor dog.
God. Yeah, that poor
no,
dog.
wait. He changed outfits. Why did he change outfits from the?
Oh, yeah,
He
he
did
did.
change outfits. What the hell?
But yeah, I don't get why they're in this. They're on a beach,
No.
I guess. Why they want to?
No,
This
awful,
is
man.
actually awful.
It's actually
awful.
yeah.
It's horrid.
Well, no, but Vitor, you said actually good, so
I'm kidding, man. I was kidding.
I think it is. Yeah, it's
Oh
actually.
shit.
It's not even funny.
Yeah.
But do you get it? Because Animal Mag. Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
The one we referenced earlier on, Dance of Death by Iron Maiden. I'm gonna make
This is actually good. This is actually good.
It's so
No, it's
bad.
not.
It's not actually good, but
No.
it's so bad it's good.
No, it's actually bad. I don't get what people because the thing is,
Yeah, no, this is actually terrible.
I understand like the whole thing of this was like the first draft and then they used it because Steve Harris is a dumbass sometimes. But like, imagine this perfectly drawn. It's still shit.
Yeah.
Like it's still bad. Like what is it supposed to be? Like
It's
why?
a basic death.
The
It's a
Grim
ritual.
Reaper with his erotic house strippers.
I mean,
Just a card go.
Nah,
being halfway
I've seen
through.
enough.
Why does
I've
he
seen
like cut his
enough.
fists
He's
up? He's
actually
about to
good.
fight. Look, he has his
Wait.
fists up.
We got
Look at the baby. He has like his fists. He's about to square up.
Let me just say this. Right? The font is beautiful, okay, and this album is extremely underrated. So it's
the
actually
album's
good.
great. The album's amazing, but like, why is there a snake down here? It's the first time I've ever seen that.
I didn't even see that.
Why is he doing a handstand? Why are these guys like just tiptoeing. The baby at the front's feet aren't even on the floor.
So you
I
guys,
get
you
The
guys just don't get it.
the
You guys
baby in
just
the
don't get it.
bikini is growing up.
If you had asked me in like 2010 what I thought AI was gonna produce, like image wise, I would expect this. This is
Yeah.
what I would expect.
I also think it's clear that the actual Eddie thing had been like almost finished because the actual Eddie looks pretty good, but then the rest of it is just
Oh shit.
And this came from the guy that made all the Cathedral album covers.
This one's good. I like this one.
It's not bad. I could name a couple changes I could make. First of all, that logo. I can barely fucking see it. I don't like where the text is. I feel like there's only 2 colors in that rainbow. That's not even a rainbow. That's just a red and yellow stripe.
I think it does a job.
I put in does the job as well. It
Yeah.
looks like a B tier fantasy novel cover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, it does the job. It's not one of their best. They have better album covers, personally.
Because it is well made. Very well made.
This is one I really don't understand why it was on here. I love this album cover. This is Released from Agony by Destruction. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's just a good album cover.
I can see why it's on there, but I disagree with it. I think that's actually what makes it cool. I think they put it on there because the eyes are on the hands. I think that's why they put it on there.
Yeah.
But I think that's actually what makes it cool in this aspect.
Yeah.
It's a bit what the fuck, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I've got nothing on this. That's a good album cover.
It's not my style of cover. It's not my
In
style.
comparison to Alice's Cooper attempt at putting himself on a hand, this is actually well done.
Yeah.
Trilogy
This
by
next
Ingve J. Malmsteen. I like this album
Ooh.
cover. I don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's a cool album
There's
cover.
nothing really wrong.
Go ahead, Doobie.
There's nothing really wrong with this album cover. It's a little goofy. It's basically the same as the Manila Road album cover, where it's just a shade under professional, where
Yeah.
you would expect better.
Agreed.
To be fair, he is a guitar wizard and he's using his guitar to battle
I
the
do
dragon.
think that's sick. I do think
the
that's
actual
sick.
dragon, the actual dragon artwork is really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I
that
think
text is so lazy.
I think Does the Job is the perfect.
I think so too.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think so.
All right. I did not know this album would be by a band like this. The Spirit of the West by Master. I think they're a death
There's like
metal
2
band.
of them. 3 of
Death
them.
metal?
Yeah, they're death metal.
Huh.
I think this is shit. This is just shit.
Yeah. Why are
That
there
is
3
terrible.
different versions of them on the
It
album
is.
cover?
I won't lie. It is bad, but if they're like a joke band, then it
No,
goes
they're
hard.
not. They're completely
Oh.
serious.
Oh, then yeah, this is actually awful.
Yeah.
Not the Zoomies.
You alright?
Bro, he was putting himself under my blanket, bro. Put him down, bro. Put him down.
You alright?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, missus.
Alright. A famously bad one, Extreme Cold Weather by Messiah.
Oh my god. What
this
is
is
that
pink.
logo?
The logo's good. The logo's the best part about it.
I don't like how far down it goes. That's way too long. Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is
It's
just
lazy.
actually it's actually awful. It's
lazy.
very lazy.
I'd say Does the Job personally.
It seems like the kind of thing where they just
Nah.
had no money at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just took a random photo off a stock website.
But I generally don't get why people say it. I think it's fun.
I think it's actually awful,
Yeah.
personally.
I would put in So Bad It's Good personally.
Do me?
I'm in actually awful. It's incongruous. The picture might have been great for like a prog album cover or something. The logo.
I disagree. I think even for a prog album cover,
The
it's
logo just
lazy.
looks like, It's just the logo.
Yeah, but you could do something with it. And the fact that the logo drops down farther than like a 90-year-old's ball sack is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be an immediate so bad it's good. Shadows of Old by I can't.
Oh,
remember
that's
what it
awful.
says.
Actually awful.
What
Dude.
is that?
No, that is absolutely awful. But that is funny.
Atticus? I don't know. I
Atticus?
maybe this is so bad.
It's
So bad
Eternus.
it's good.
This is
It's
actually awful.
Eternus.
The fucking stock fucking text at the bottom.
Yeah, Times New Roman.
It's definitely so bad it's good. It's
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take it. I'll take it.
another one I think is. Or again, automatically we're all going to agree where it goes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just think it's just a good album cover. I don't get why this was on here.
Yeah,
Slayer,
it's just
Show
a good
No
album
Mercy.
cover.
I think
It's
it
just a
just
good
does the
album
job.
I really like
I'm
it.
It's good, man.
I'm not huge on it. It's cool. I think it just does the job.
I
Honestly.
love the
this is-
font. I think it's good.
To me, this is like a better version of the Fates Warning one, where you have somebody who's just trying to we have a band trying to put out their first album, and they're doing just trying to get some artwork on there. This is a little bit better executed than the Fates Warning, so I'd actually put it in
Exactly.
it's actually good.
I think it's actually good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Okay.
This is what I meant when I'm saying I like old album covers when they look raw and scratchy. I think this is how they should look, personally.
Fair enough.
From how I think albums should look, Therion.
Oh,
Theli.
What the fuck? This looks like some alpha version of a game. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
it looks like
Why is his chest
it
so
looks like
blurry?
so blurry.
it looks like a low budget CGI animated movie from like 2001.
It does. It
I
looks
like
like that
Therion.
movie. Oh my god, what's that one movie? Oh, Attack of the Birds or Birds or something like that.
Oh, I know which one
Oh
you
my
mean.
god.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's like
reminds me
that.
of that, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, I like
I will
Therion,
say though,
but
this
I
is a
just don't
good
like
album.
this album.
It is a good album.
cover. It's a good
Yeah.
album. I like
I-
Therion, but
I
just
would
not
put it
cover.
on So Bad It's Good.
Yeah,
So bad it's
same.
good. I agree. So bad it's good.
Where did we
Like
put
I
the
said though,
Edema album?
it is the actual music in it is good.
The Witch album.
The Edema. We put
Uh,
that in so it's the same category as that. It's literally the exact same
Yeah,
problem.
the difference is though, this came out in '96, and the Edema one came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Good point.
An album cover I like. Again, I have different tastes for album covers, but I'm the Night by Pantera. I really like this album cover.
I
I
don't
don't
think
like
I've
the
ever seen
album.
this before.
But I like the album cover.
I'm assuming this
It's
is from
fine.
like their like glam
Yeah.
metal era, right?
Yeah, the best era.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's fine. I don't think it's amazing or anything.
Yeah.
It's just as
I
a
mean,
job. Just as a
yeah,
job.
it does the job.
Yeah,
Doomy.
it does the job.
Yeah, it does the job.
I will say the P and the A going down that much is a bit weird, but I
Yeah,
think
that's a bit absurd, but
I have never heard of this album before, but I thought it was funny. Act of God by Snow White with a Z.
the lighting looks like she's about to meet God.
It's
like a
just
Rush-
a granny
like a
holding,
Russian grandma.
holding a magic 8-ball, like an 8-ball,
Yeah.
a peach.
The magic 8-ball is an act
This
of
is-
God.
This is just shit. This is just shit. There's
Yeah,
no-
this is just bad.
Yeah, actually awful. It's funny, but actually awful.
Yeah, it's funny, but yeah.
I don't know. This
No,
strikes me as a
no.
standard. This strikes me as a
Thank
standard 80s thrash album cover. So
What are you
yeah.
on about? No, it doesn't.
No, it does not.
What are you on about? What thrash albums
The
have you been
hell are
listening
you
to?
smoking, bro? Give me
Creator.
some of that.
Creator have better album covers than this.
I had to get my
Your
creative.
hatred for Creator does not mean that they have bad album covers.
That's true.
All right, now a bad album cover from a band I know Doomy likes. Banging in the Balance, Hanging
What
in the
the-
Balance by
This
Metal
reminds
Church.
me of the fucking people in Wall-E.
What the fuck is that? Why does she have shields on her boobies?
I don't
It
know.
looks like if the people from Wall-E and the chicken people from Freddy with Chance of Meatballs had a fucking baby. My god, bro, what the hell?
What
This is-
what are they even trying to do with this?
I don't
have
know.
no clue.
Doomy
This
is
is-
that.
This
ahead.
is actually awful. So this band
Yes.
is notorious for its bad album covers, and this is the worst of the bunch. Unfortunately, that hides the fact that this album is incredibly good. And it's not even like their first album, it's like their seventh. So
Yeah,
they
it's the
should know better.
90s, yeah.
And it's just terrible.
Their
Just
first
awful,
album
awful,
cover is
awful.
good. Their first one's good. Like with the guitar coming out the grave, that's a cool album cover. This one is
That
just
being their 7th album cover is kind of insane.
yeah.
Yeah. And it matches none of their other aesthetic. It's a sore thumb, just even in
They must have been high
band.
on something making that album.
Here we are with another very famous one. Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water by Limp Bizkit.
See, the
Yeah.
thing is, as much as like good the bangers are on this album,
There's
don't
no
like
good
this.
bangers on this album. This album
Yes,
is
there are.
dog
Shut up.
shit.
Shut up.
No, there's not.
Hey. I don't like this album cover. Honestly, it creeps me out a little bit.
I just don't get what it's trying.
It's just actually bad.
It's a
Yeah.
chocolate
Yeah.
starfish and a hot dog flavored water.
I actually put it in the. I mean, I don't like the album cover, but it does fall into the does the job category for me
It
because
does do the job.
Because they are-
It literally
Limp Bizkit-
is. Yeah. It
and
literally
Limp
is
Bizkit
a
was just
chocolate
trying to piss
starfish.
people off.
Yeah.
I'm voting for actually awful. I will happily
Actually
move it up to does the job if people
I'll
want
put
to.
it in. I'll compromise and say so bad it's good.
Okay.
No, I
Okay,
can't do it there.
I can
It's
see
either
that. I
awful
can
or
see
does
that.
the
It's
job.
either awful or does the job. It's not so bad. You don't laugh at it. It's either just shit or it does the job.
I mean, I
Does the
think
job.
it's funny. It's stupid.
Yeah, put it in actually awful.
Yeah, fine.
All right.
That tier's getting very crowded. Here we have another 80s album. Type of stuff I like. This is Wolf.
Oh my
Debut.
god.
I just realised the hands are birds. I've just realised that the hands have eyes on them.
Oh my god.
What? Who the fuck is Arnold?
Probably the guy who made it.
Yeah.
Again, co-signing this shit up.
That's the second time we've seen a signature on
I
a
think this is so
album
good.
cover.
I think this is so funny.
Yeah. That, oh my god, that face is fucking hilarious.
He looks like he's shocked, not like he's angry or threatening. He
Yeah.
looks like
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looks like he's like
crawled up
fucking.
his leg.
He's like, did I just see that body?
Yeah.
A self-titled debut that Bido definitely loves because he loves this band.
Oh my god.
Dream Theater, not self-titled. Dream Theater When Dream and Day Unite. I don't get why this album cover looks like this. It doesn't sound anything like this.
I don't even like it, honestly.
I can't even hate on it. This album is so fucking good.
The album's good, but the album cover is.
The album's not good.
Is he
Dream
going to be
Theater's
brand?
good.
Is he being branded?
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Dream-
Yeah,
he's
it's
being
branded
branded with the
Dream
logo.
Theater logo, yeah.
It just looks shit.
It
It just
does the job, man. That's all it is. It does. It's creative. It's a debut album that's creative.
I might go. It does the job. But
I think it's either does the job or awful.
I'm fine with either of those. I'm indifferent.
everyone vote because otherwise we're not going to make a
Let's
decision.
do does
Does
the
the
job.
Does the
Does
Those
the
two
job.
does a job. Yeah, actually,
Yeah,
Awful's
does a
already a little crowded.
All right, we have two more. We're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of the road. Here we are with an album cover that I like. Unironically, I love this album cover, and I saw this band at Muscle Rock, and they were phenomenal. Heavy Metal Chainsaw by Metal Lucifer. This album cover rules. This album cover rules, man. Neil Tanaka's a legend on the cover. He has like one of the biggest collections of metal in the world. And it's Heavy Metal Chainsaw. I think this is the album where, no, it might be the one before it where every lyric, or it might be the one after it. Every song like every title has heavy metal in this. It's like heavy metal bulldozer, heavy metal ninja, heavy metal samurai. Like, yeah.
Oh my god.
I think it does. I think it does the
it
job.
does the job.
It's meant to be funny,
does
and
the
it's
job.
funny. That's all it is.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's meant
the.
to be
I
stupid and
personally, I
funny, and
think
it
it's
does
the.
it pretty well.
I arguably think it's the definition of so bad it's good. But I
Yeah.
love Neil Tanaka too much. I think it does the job. It's actually good, unironically. But I don't
like
get.
does the job.
I don't get why people genuinely don't like this album cover. If you don't like this album cover, you're no fun. And finally, I think this is going to cause some discussion from whether people like this or not. This is Terror Squad by Artillery. I really like this album cover, actually. It looks shit, but I kind of like how, like, the art stuff.
Oh my god! It reminds me of
It's actually good.
that Alpha Wolf cover art.
Yeah, this one also kind of feels like
I mean, it's a debut album.
It was drawn by a child.
I wouldn't say a child. I would say a graffiti artist did this, and it looks more graffiti-esque than
yeah,
child.
I guess.
But yeah,
it's actually good. I like the concept.
I think there's some you can tell it's amateur because, like, why is the rat so? Is this meant to be a cat or something so big? Like, why is this? I get it's. Why is his finger like?
It's a perspective issue for sure. So they're definitely amateur.
I really like it.
I like it. Yeah, it's cool.
It reminds
the
me
guy on
of
the like doctor guy on the right. I love his face.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Mad Magazine type artwork.
That's what it reminds me of.
But yeah, this is the last one.
Honestly, yeah, that's actually good.
Yeah, I put it.
I put it in.
I put it in Dust Job.
I like the concept. I would put actually good.
Do you?
I like actually good.
Yeah, I think compared to what we have in each tier, it's closer to
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our tier list of them. I'll probably screenshot this and post a picture of it in the replies so people have our combined opinions. Let us know your ones if you do this yourself. It is very fun to just look at all these album covers and make fun of them.
We will be judging them.
Yeah,
hard.
If anyone puts like fucking the Metal Church one in actually good, then you do need to have. But yeah.
All right.
This was fun.
Yeah. But with that, we are finishing off here. We're not doing 2025 album. We're not doing the wheel because a bunch of new people. There's no point doing it. But let us know your tier lists down below. Let us know what you think. Share this with everyone. And make sure to bully Nick for not turning up on time.
Yes, bully Nick.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me on. This
That's
was
perfectly fun. We'd love to have you on again. And any, what's it called? Links and stuff, send them to me so I'll post everything for everyone's Twitter and stuff in the description below. Make sure to get stuff from Angel and make sure to bully Doomy for being old. Because he is. But with that, we'll see you next week.